On August 16, 2025, Midtown Manhattan became the epicenter of a massive Stand with Gaza protest. Thousands gathered in Bryant Park, waving Palestinian flags and chanting for change. The crowd's message was clear-end U.S. military and financial aid to Israel. Signs and banners demanded a shift in American foreign policy and highlighted the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Chants of Free Palestine echoed through the city, uniting people from all backgrounds. The demonstration was peaceful but powerful, drawing attention from onlookers and the media. For many, this was more than a rally. It was a plea for action and accountability. The protest reflected a growing movement in the U.S. demanding a re-evaluation of America's role in the Middle East. Manhattan's march was just one part of a larger, ongoing push for Palestinian rights and freedom. Amid the chants, one phrase, global intifada, sparked immediate controversy. Intifada, meaning uprising, recalls two Palestinian uprisings, one marked by civil disobedience, the other by violence and terror. For many, especially in the Jewish community, the word is inseparable from memories of suicide bombings and attacks. Adding global amplifies fears, suggesting the spread of violence beyond the Middle East. Since the 2023 Hamas attack, the phrase is widely seen as a call for anti-Semitic violence worldwide. Supporters argue it's a call for liberation. Critics see it as hate speech and incitement. The slogan has become a flashpoint, exposing deep divides over history, language, and the boundaries of protest. What some see as a demand for justice, others hear as a threat to their safety. Lawmakers in Washington quickly responded to the global intifada chant. Representatives Josh Gottheimer and Rudy Yakim led a bipartisan resolution to officially denounce the phrase as anti-Semitic and inciting violence. The resolution aims to put Congress on record. This is not protected speech but dangerous rhetoric. Gottheimer, himself Jewish, called the intifadas waves of terror and said globalizing them is unacceptable. Yakim stressed that no American should live in fear because of their faith or ethnicity. The rare bipartisan effort highlights the seriousness with which leaders view rising anti-Semitism. The resolution also pressures activists and politicians to reject inflammatory language. Even local candidates like NYC's Zoran Mamdani have faced scrutiny over their responses to the chant. Why do protesters use global intifada? For many, it's a call for resistance against occupation, a demand for solidarity, not violence. They see it as urging global support through boycotts, divestment, and political pressure, drawing inspiration from other anti-colonial movements. Protesters argue the phrase is misrepresented by critics who focus only on its violent history. But for many Jews, the word is defined by trauma and violence, making its use deeply threatening. They see it as a direct threat, especially amid rising anti-Semitic attacks in the US and Europe. Recent violent incidents reinforce fears that rhetoric can spill into real-world harm. The debate over the phrase is not just about words, it's about safety, history, and lived experience. Each side's interpretation is shaped by pain, memory, and the ongoing conflict. The global intifada debate spotlights America's struggle to balance free speech with protection from hate. Protesters claim the chant is protected political speech. Critics argue it incites violence. The Supreme Court draws a line at speech likely to produce imminent lawless action. But where does this phrase fall? Jewish communities facing a surge in hate crimes see such slogans as normalizing danger. The congressional resolution seeks to redefine the phrase as incitement, not protest. This controversy is a microcosm of larger societal tensions over speech, safety, and identity. It forces Americans to confront the power and peril of words in a divided society. As protests and debates continue, the nation wrestles with where free expression ends and real harm begins.